we decided to pull the cab and slipper off so we can remove the engine. First ever kind of hidden suspension deal. I might have to swap this out for something else. All of a sudden I got this alarm going on the water cooler for the TIG welder and I just couldn't get it off. Good morning, subscribers, friends, family. Just want to give you a little update what's going on. We put the slipper on this truck yesterday. As you can see, we're gonna be building something. We put the axle, the 5-inch carhauler axle, put all new kingpin set, the spindles, everything back on. We're gonna be mocking up some new suspension. I just got the body drop, and for the sleeper we're gonna be obviously hiding the suspension. Finishing this exhaust. I think we're gonna paint today, hopefully. We finally pulled this truck in the shop and we jacked it up. We leveled the frame, so it's all nice and level. Obviously we're gonna pull the engine off. We're gonna pull the cab off because I'm gonna build a body drop that's gonna lower the 389 cap even lower than a standard 2-inch. You're gonna go for like a 3-4 inches. We have this, so this is a 330 wheelbase truck. This truck is the same spec. This was 330 inches wheelbase as well, and we shortened it by 52 inches. So now it's 278. And we moved the fifth wheel forward 18 inches because this is what they run for their tanks. This is their spec. So this is the next truck we're gonna shorten. I kind of like it being long, to be honest, but for them, local work, it just makes no sense being that long. So we're gonna get it shortened as well. The fuel almost came off. The kingpin came off.
It's got that pivot point.
Yeah.
Where you want this thing at?
Alright, this is normal, I guess. It goes up and down. But yeah, he's gonna pick up this truck, but he said that he might actually switch over with this truck because this one is in D8. So, welcome to California, I guess. Alright, we decided to pull the cab and slipper off so we can remove the engine. We're gonna strip out everything. We're gonna clean up the engine, make it carb compliant. We're gonna blast the frame, seal it. We're gonna rearrange some stuff here. We gotta weld some holes. We're building a little storage rack for my metal. So it's pretty heavy duty. This is gonna be one side. The other side is gonna be built soon. And we're gonna put it on case the wall there, and we're gonna drill holes in the floor. We're gonna anchor it down. This is the little work in progress fabrication area. This is a little messy storage area. Hood needs to go to the paint shop. We gotta pull the fenders off and throw them away because they're a bit damaged. These can go to the paint shop as well. I got some stuff I gotta do with this cab. We're thinking about, I don't know, we gotta blast this whole paint. It's really bad. It's too thick. Storage. At least it's nice. It's easy to work now. It's easy to work. We gotta fix some holes. Maybe hook these instead of bolts. Fix these for the visor. We're gonna do a window, I believe. A window and a sunroof. Just kidding. Just kidding. Pull all the lines. I think we're gonna probably just put new lines, to be honest. This is my first ever kind of hidden suspension deal. I might have to swap this out for something else. We'll see. We've got to install the cross member. Not sure if we're gonna keep the dryer here or not. You can kind of see it, so I will probably move it inside the frame between the fuel tanks. We'll see. It's low air. Let's go. Packing up some air ride kits here for some customers. Here we got a full kit, 379 with leaf springs, shocks. The airbags are missing. They're over there. But what you're gonna get from me is all the brackets, all the hardware. I'm gonna try to package them just like that. All the shock mounts, the leaf springs, that's the 379 kit. Spacers for the shocks, and the full air management. Like I said, this is a full kit. We've got the leveling valves and a complete package with all the fittings. So all fittings, switches, 4-degree wedges, pressure protection valve, leveling valve bracket. This is a part of the full kit. And you can also purchase just the brackets, bags and shocks. Here we have the 379 dual back kit, which is like 20,000 pound capacity, solid, same deal. We're gonna pack this up now. We're gonna band it, we're gonna strap it. Leaf spring shocks, I already put it together for the customer because it's kind of, I mean, it's not complicated, but it's a serious kit, you know. It's not a cheap ass kit like the other people are selling. So we've got a lot of going on here. This is very, very heavy. So we're gonna pack it up now and we're gonna schedule LTL pick. Here we got another def tank that I'm building. Hidden def tank. Stainless. It's gonna go under the truck. This truck, well, we just gotta paint the frame and it's good to go. Don't worry about this, is not my kit. My plasma table is for sale, so if anybody is interested, I will sell this for a good price. It's working. I'll give you all the consumables that I have with it. I have a 100 amp machine, which is gonna cut 1.5 inch thick steel without a problem. Here we're organizing our little welding area. Got a little small, tiny bonnet, but whatever. No worries, no big deal. So yeah, like I said, we're organizing the welding area here, fabrication area. We're gonna put some of fabrication. We're gonna build a big table like this, 5x10. And this truck, obviously, I just gotta finish up some stuff and start working on this unit. This needs to go. Move the laser, I think I showed that before. We got a Hodge built fenders here. That was the silent gold work. Anyways, we put the slipper on this truck, the suspension. Doing some testing, machining, pasting, machining. Show me the piece. Oh yeah, very nice. Okay, they're calling me. I moved the laser, as you can see. We turn it this way. I moved the chiller behind the laser because we are gonna enclose this whole table. I apologize for the wind noise, but we're gonna enclose this whole table right about this line. We're gonna build a wall frame with a sliding door so we can load the material and unload, obviously. And we're gonna build a big hood to extract all the smoke and contain all the dust and smoke inside the little room. Chiller's gonna stay outside so it gets clean all the time. The transformer, I'm not sure, I might move it here because we're gonna have a press brake in this area as well. So we're gonna need to run a sub panel here, and then we can move the transformer. But for now, because we got thick wires and whatnot, we're just gonna stay there. So this is the new configuration. The CNC mill is running. I was stick welding the depth tank yesterday, and all of a sudden I got this alarm going on the water cooler for the TIG welder, and I just couldn't get it off. I mean, the fan stopped working, so that was weird. So I decided to kind of open up and inspect everything, make sure everything is in place, nothing is burned. I see some water here, so that's not a good sign. Inspect all the hoses, make sure everything's good, because I need the cooler. Otherwise, this gets too hot, the torch gets too hot, and it's gonna start melting if I don't cool it. The way it works, I know you're probably familiar, but there's 3 hoses going to the torch. We've got a gas hose, and we'll have a cool water and a warm water. So it circles through the torch and cools it off. But yeah, without it, it's really hard to work. So I'm gonna inspect everything here. Hopefully there's no issues. It's very simple. It's just a water pump. This freaking motor to run the fan. Heat exchanger. But like I said, I don't see anything wrong. And I checked the level. So I might play with the level. Maybe there's an issue with the level, that it trips off the alarm and kills the motor. But yeah, I need to finish welding that stuff and get this truck out of here so I can start working on this unit. We pulled the engine yesterday. We pulled the drive lines, so we send them off to, everything's gonna be blasted. But before we do that, obviously we wanna weld holes that I don't need it, so we'll then have to drill anything in later, clean up some stuff. Here I want to lower this a little bit more so we can drop the cross member down and make a smaller bumper fit. The engine is out. We're gonna do some cleanup, like I said, some gaskets and whatnot. We'll remove some stuff, put some stuff. I got my metal rack already painted, and let's see, we got it in the shop. I'm not sure if I wanna keep it here, guys. So I have a 10-foot press brake coming, and if I put it here, then it's probably gonna end up somewhere here. That means we're gonna be making parts here, bumpers, steps, whatnot, deck plates, and then we could probably push it down this line. We're gonna build some racks to store parts and whatnot, and after we're gonna probably use that line for a divider, and from there we're gonna be doing like truck builds and installations. I just probably want to have a truck or two to be long term, and I want to have an in and out space so I can do like 2-3 day jobs, like air rides, body drops, stuff like that. I don't really want to do long stuff anymore, just because I want to focus on making parts, design parts, making parts, because we got the CNC mill right now operating. Maybe, I don't know, I gotta teach all my guys to do this kind of jobs, because on the other side of the shop we've got in and out jobs, you know, that something that pays the bills. Oil changes, tires, brakes, seals, whatnot. Frame straightening, shortening, extensions. All over the place. Well, the first year is gonna be in, and it's gonna be figuring stuff out. That's what the first year is gonna be here. So we got shocks, king shocks. Ooh, look at these shocks! I didn't even know I have them. Sexy. But yeah. Anyways, I gotta fix my TIG welder.